discover the third danger, deliberate sabotage. For unless we win, there will be no freedom for either management or labor. The British people and their Grecian allies need ships. They need tanks and guns and ammunition and supplies of all kinds. From America they will get tanks and guns and ammunition and supplies of all kinds. Never in all our history, never in all our history of Americans faced a job so well worthwhile. May it be said of us in the days to come that our children and our children's children rise up and call us blessed.
The question which I find most constantly on the lips of my American friends is, when will Hitler invade Britain? I dare say Hitler has been asking it himself, and therefore you will hardly expect me to answer it. But if you ask me, can such an invasion succeed, then both my head and my heart join to tell you with all the conviction born of my knowledge of how the British people feel and of being a member of the War Cabinet since its formation, that the answer is a confident and an unhesitating no.
This agreement between the United States and Denmark relating to the defense of Greenland is by now known to my countrymen in Denmark. Sitting by their radios under the blackout that covers Denmark now, they will have heard the President's statement. And they will have felt grateful and encouraged when the President expressed his hope for a speedy liberation of Denmark. And they heard the President's assurance that Greenland will remain Danish. In this world of broken treaties, they know the word of the American people and their government can be trusted.
The United States is today, as it has always been, the best investment in the world. This is an opportunity for each citizen to buy a share in America.
The Office of Price Administration and Civilian Supply is a new agency created by the President to control prices and to stimulate the supply and distribution of goods to consumers. We intend to move in now on speculators, profiteers, sharpshooters, and chiselers.
Your call, please. Army Flash, thank you.
Army Flash.
Army, go ahead, please.
71 Irene 45 Blue 35 6 by.
Take off now. Vector 10 degrees. Angels.
75 Glen 17.
Of the Royal Air Force, a fleet of birds, or the rescue of unfortunate air crews. Note they lose no time in getting keen-eyed men seize for a glimpse of floating objects. The gunner's turret is ready to spit destruction at any enemy machine which might try to interfere. Stressed comrades speeds alongside, tosses them a line. Icy winds and water are soon dissipated after of liquid refreshment. The mercy work of these great little boats is well known to the Germans, but the settling day is coming. The ship that will sail the seas no more is the Port Bowen of New Zealand, now lying wrecked on the shores of the country of her origin. Efforts to refloat her failed, but despite that, the sorry 8,000-ton vessel will do one last good deed. Metals from her are being salvaged and used for making more armaments for New Zealand's war effort. Newsreel cameramen, good soldiers, listen. This bridge was blown up while our operator, Leslie Murray, was shooting the scene for you. He was eager for a good picture, but this was all he got of it, because he too was shattered by the explosion. Here he is, leaving hospital after 5 months of patching up. His injuries were critical and numerous, but despite a permanent limp caused by severe bone fractures and some scars as mementos, he is still cheery. On his official trip to Narvik, his ship was attacked on several occasions by enemy bombers. During these actions, he kept his camera turning. Newsreel colleagues with him did the same. Whilst this was happening, another of Universal's men, Frank Purnell, was on an escorting warship. Dive bombers attacked and he received 9 shrapnel wounds, some serious. Yet another, Ronnie Noble, was on the job at Dunkirk. In the attack off Narvik, Murray escaped injuries, although his gear was damaged. So when you see thrilling news pictures, what about a thought to those soldiers whose only weapon is a heavy camera? They all take risks like Murray, whose immediate itch is to get back to work. So now a little hand, please, for men of the newsreels.
In my judgment, our safety and security require that in accordance with the declared policy of the legislative and executive branches of the government, aid must be supplied without hesitation to Great Britain and those other countries that are resisting the sweep of the general conflagration. This policy means, in practical application, that such aid must reach its destination in the shortest of time and in maximum quantity. So, ways must be found to do this. I have absolute faith in the ultimate triumph of the principles of humanity translated into law and order, by which freedom and justice and security will again prevail.
Is required for the Army and Navy.
Can't you put out that light on?
Very, very large, but that's the best that we can do at this time.
Then it is.
We are now about to pay for the greatest service of all, the safety and protection of our country. How much does it mean to the American taxpayer to have a Navy guarding American shores? How much does it mean to him to have an adequate supply of airplanes and other weapons of national defense? How much is it worth to be a free man living in a free land? If we remember always the services we are receiving as individuals, the new taxes will seem a small price to pay. The American people are ready to pay that price.
With jobs more plentiful and wages higher, slight sacrifice here and there, the omission of a few luxuries, all of these will swell the coffers of the federal treasury. The outward and visible tokens of partnership through sacrifice will be the possession of these defense bonds and defense saving stamps, which are at the same time a guarantee of our future security. Fellow Americans, I ask you to demonstrate again your faith in America by joining me in investing in the new defense savings bonds and stamps, and I know that you will help.
So I pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
And to the country for which it stands. One nation. Indivisible. With liberty and justice for all.
I am not worthy of this splendid citation, but I wish to say also that I thank you from the depths of my heart.
Debate rages over our foreign policy, present and future. That is as it should be in a democracy. No one can foretell what decisions may emerge from that debate, but in this job for your boys, for your men everywhere, there can
Hey, look. They're all buying them. That's yours, huh? Hey, there's another one. Lucky.
They're certainly worth buying, boys.
So they left? Oh, sure. 1 defense bond and 3 10-cent defense stamps.
Hey, Abbott, what are the stamps for?
For defense.
You mean you put the stamps on defense? And to whom do you mail defense?
No, your name, please. But Abbott.
Costello's mine.
You don't understand. These stamps are for defense. You see, when you buy a defense stamp or a defense bond, you're saving your money by lending it to Uncle Sam. See, Uncle Sam needs that money to build ships and planes, tanks.
And what?
Tanks.
You're welcome.
For what?
For giving me such wonderful advice.
Oh, sure.
Defense bonds and stamps.
That's the boy.
And you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to help your Uncle Sam, I hope you do the same.
Sure.
Thank you.
The greatest need among our women today is for a total national defense program. And what can women do? Well, first, ambulance drivers. We'll need many of them in case of war. Nursing, particularly first aid. Aviation, for groundwork and looking for hostile planes. Munitions workers, and ought to take the places of our men if it's necessary for them to go to war. Recreation. Recreational hostess in our camps can do very fine work for our boys. And yes, I believe that the women of this country would shoulder a gun and go to war if necessary to prevent Nazi domination in these United States.
What we want to do is to educate the public to protect themselves in the event of a foreign attack, to train the necessary number of civilians in the work of air raid wardens and an auxiliary fire force to meet any emergency.
Und Benitus Mussolinis zu gehören. Agrotechnik, social.
Hitler has miscalculated. Ours is a nation of a moral and political unity and strength unknown in the past. It is firmly organized, devoted to its leaders, and has utmost confidence in its armed forces, which are ready for any test. Hitler's attack against my country will be smashed.
Will you bring them up here, please? Top here in Toronto, you want it to, don't you? Yeah, thanks. We expect to collect 20 million pounds of old aluminum utensils throughout the country. 10,000 pounds are needed for every fighter plane. Just think of it. We will collect enough aluminum for 2,000 fighter planes. I appeal to all to help in this very important mission of collecting old aluminum for our government.
Hiya, Bond. All right. I have one son who is in the Navy. The rest of the family are all buying defense stamps. I hope every other American family will do the same.
Pennsylvanians must not forget that Tuesday, July the 1st this year is the second registration day for selective service. I have before me the proclamation issued by the President of the United States designating the day. And I have the proclamation which I have issued calling on the 422 local selective service boards of this Commonwealth to perform this registration, and at the same time ordering the closing on that day between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time of all liquor establishments throughout the Commonwealth. As Governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I call upon all of our people, in the traditional manner of their forefathers, to arise patriotically to this call and make second registration day a real American success. I call upon all employers to give their workers who must register time off to accomplish this duty. I call upon all concerned to register early in order to avoid a last-minute delay. I call upon all of our people to display the flag from their homes. This is a call from our nation and state and our national defense. Pennsylvanians never fail.
the benchmark. Of the men who take the greatest part in shaping the immediate future of our civilization.
I have claimed November 11th to November 16th as civilian defense.